Hey guys, welcome to Bourbon School. I'm Brian, and today I am going to give you a list of some great gifts you can give the whiskey lover in your life that they're going to love and they're actually going to use. Coming right up. All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about some items to give your whiskey lover for the holidays this year that they're really going to actually use. David at Whiskey Row just did a great video, similar gift guide, kind of holiday gift guide video, and he talked about some things that people wouldn't use, things like whiskey stones or a decanter, although I have a little exception to that rule today. But he did give some good rationale for some of the things that maybe a whiskey lover wouldn't want because they're maybe more of a novelty or just something that somebody who really is serious about drinking whiskey won't use in the long term. I'll link his video right up here so you can check it out. But today I want to give you some items that I use myself. I've really come to enjoy these items. And they're things that I think somebody who drinks whiskey will actually have a use for and appreciate if you got it for them. So I'll start with my first gift, and that's going to be, actually let's start right off the bat with the decanter issue. So I'm going to say a decanter for an infinity bottle, okay? And this is a little bit different. And for an infinity bottle, this is where you put a little bit of some of all of your whiskey in an infinity bottle. It really is kind of personal. However people want to do their infinity bottle, that's how they do it. For me, what I usually do is if I get down to the bottom of a bottle and I have maybe less than a full pour left, it goes into the infinity bottle. And then when I do, and kind of what you can get them along with their infinity bottle decanter is a journal where they can keep track of what goes into the bottle. Now, I have kept track since the very first time I put anything in my infinity bottle. It all goes into the journal. I write down the date, I write down what it is, and then I know everything that's gone into it. So, if you've got a whiskey drinker that likes to keep track of stuff like that, an infinity bottle decanter with a journal is great. I've got this one for my main infinity bottle, and then I got this cool kind of Irish design one for my Irish whiskey infinity bottle. And as far as decanters go, my main infinity bottle is just a basic bottle, and it's got, I don't know if you can see it very well here, but it does have an infinity symbol on it. Okay, but you can also just get a nice decanter, and a nice decanter can make a really nice infinity bottle as well. So I think these are nice gifts, especially if you have somebody who has a large collection and maybe wants to keep a little bit of everything they have, and an infinity bottle is the great way to do that. So infinity bottle journal is my first gift for the whiskey lover in your life. All right, my next gift that I think a whiskey lover might really enjoy is this 12 Days of Christmas Instant Cocktail Calendar. This is from Meliora Forever. This is actually a friend of ours, Jessica Stevens. She lives up in Buffalo, and she makes these cubes. We've talked about the cocktail cubes in the past. Last year, she did a 25 days. It was like a full advent calendar, and it ended up being quite a few cubes. I actually didn't get through them all. This one's a lot more manageable. It's 12 days of Christmas. There's a different set of cocktail cubes for every day of the 12 days of Christmas. Each one is themed to the 12 days of Christmas. We've got partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, and all of them go with whiskey. You can put rye whiskey, bourbon, whatever you'd like, but she also has champagne and gin calendars as well. And it makes a nice gift because you get to try kind of a new flavor profile of cocktail every day. Jessica really does a good job of finding some really cool and sometimes exotic bitters to put in these cubes. Bitters you probably wouldn't go buy on your own, but in a single cocktail, it'd be pretty cool to try. And these are available at melioraforever.com, and also she is selling them on Uncommon Goods as well. So check out the 12 Days of Christmas calendar, which I think makes a really cool gift for your whiskey lover. Okay, next up for me is a smoke gun. And I guess I would say only if the whiskey drinker in your life enjoys smoked cocktails. But a smoke gun is kind of a way to level up your smoked cocktail game. Last year, we talked about the little cup that you put the wood in and then you burn it with a torch and it'll smoke your cocktail. And those are still great. Those are really nice ways to get into smoking on a starter level. A smoke gun is a little different. So with a smoke gun, you get the rubber tube, you get the gun, and then you get this little cup on top that you put the wood chips in. Put the wood chips in, hit it with the torch. Smoke comes through the tube, and then the smoke gun will kind of blow the smoke into your cocktail. Now, if you're making a single glass cocktail, it comes with this little gasket that goes on top of the glass, and the rubber tube goes on top. But one of our local distilleries, Buffalo Distilling, and I know this isn't their bottle, but they smoke their cocktails with a bottle similar to this. This is the 13th Colony. But what's nice is the wide bottom holds the smoke in. So what they do with your cocktails is they make your cocktail, they pour it into this bottle, then they throw the smoke into the bottle and it kind of sits on the cocktail. And then what's really cool is when they pour it into your glass, the smoke comes billowing out and it's hovering over your glass. It's a nice presentation, but it's a nice way to smoke a cocktail, especially if you want to batch smoke cocktails and make more than one. You can do them in a bottle like this with the smoke gun. So smoke gun is a nice, like I said, way to level up your smoking game for cocktails. And the nice thing about a smoke gun is it can be used for all kinds of things. You can use it to smoke foods and things like that as well. So a smoke gun, they're fairly reasonable. I got mine on Amazon, and I'll put a link to all these items down below. But smoke gun, like I said, it's a nice gift if you have somebody who enjoys smoking their cocktails. All right. So the next item on my list is a bottle share bag, and I'm going to preface this by saying this. Bourbon Real Talk, and if you're not subscribed to Bourbon Real Talk, go do that right now. But on their website, they have a beautiful leather, really nice bottle share bag, and I think it fits 6 bottles, like the one I'm going to have. The problem with this bag is, for me, it's $250. It's a little bit steep for something I'm not going to use all the time. But it is always nice to have a bottle share bag, because if you're going to a bottle share, you don't want to stuff your bottles into one of those flimsy recyclable grocery bags. You don't want to throw them in a backpack where they'll be jangling around. A bottle bag is designed specifically to transport your bottles safely and get them there in one piece. So I found this one on Amazon that I thought was actually pretty nice looking, and it actually does a really good job too. Like I said, I'll put the link for everything down below, but I think this was like 35 bucks. It might even been less, but it's pretty sturdy, it's thick, it's insulated, it's padded on the inside. And the best thing about it is, because sometimes if you find a wine bag, they won't fit the taller bottles of bourbon, but this one does. This will fit your Penelopes, your Old Souls, your Still Austins. All of those taller bottles will fit in here just fine. And I have 6 bottles in here, and that's even with putting one of these wider, awkward Rebecca Creek bottles. So this bottle bag, I think, is a really nice thing to have. Like I said, it's sturdy, it's insulated. You can use it for things like wine and other things you want to keep cold. The dividers come out. You can slide them right out if you want to. But once you have the bottles in there, they stay in place nice, and they protect. They're padded all around, so they protect your bottles. But a bottle share bag is a real nice thing to have, because you do want to have something that's going to protect your stuff and get it there in one piece. And I think this bottle share bag, I'm the kind of guy who does a lot of research about things before I buy them. People will come to me and say, hey, I want this. Can you find like the best one or the best deal? And I did that with this. I did do a lot of research on this, and this seemed to be the most practically priced and well-made one on Amazon. Like I said, if you want something fancier, that Bourbon Real Talk one is beautiful, but this one really does fit the bill for a fraction of the price. So maybe your whiskey drinker wants a bottle share bag. This is a great one to grab them. My final suggestion for a great gift to get the bourbon lover in your life, or whiskey drinker in general, is a store pick. Store picks are great gifts because it's going to be something they can't get anywhere else. It's a truly unique and most of the time very good bourbon. And I don't think there's a whiskey drinker out there that's not going to appreciate a single barrel pick. And the nice thing about single barrel picks is they start off relatively cheap. A 1792 foolproof pick you can get for about 40 bucks, and it's exceptional whiskey. And then if you want to level up a little bit, if you can find something like an Eagle Rare store pick like I have here, I got this for $50. And it's not only a really good whiskey, but it's also a really nice find and at a pretty reasonable price. And then you can kind of go up from there. If you got a maker's pick, you're going to probably be looking anywhere between $60 and $70. Same with a Russell's Reserve pick, $60 or $70. I've got a Knob Creek pick back here. That's probably about 60 bucks. And then if you really want to level up, you could do something like an Old Forester single barrel pick. These are going for about $99 now. But there really is a store pick that fits any budget. And no matter which one you get, the person who is the whiskey lover is going to appreciate that you took the time to find them a store pick. They're going to know what that store pick means and what it is, and they're going to appreciate the whiskey that's inside of it. So if all else fails, find them a really nice store pick and give it to them, put it under their tree on Christmas. All right, guys, so there's just a little list of some things you can get for the bourbon lover in your life. I think these are gifts they're not only going to appreciate, but they're actually going to use. And there's nothing better than seeing the stuff that the gifts that you give to somebody actually be appreciated and used and enjoyed. So if you want information on any of these items, I'm going to put links to everything except the store picks. That one you're just going to have to go to your local stores and find. But all the other gifts, I'll put links to down in the description below if you want to check them out. If you want to buy them, I'm not getting anything for them. We don't have an Amazon storefront set up or anything, so I don't get anything if you buy them. But like I said, these are things I have found useful and things that I like. So if you want to check them out, go do that in the description. I'll put the links. And then in the comments, let us know what are some other gifts you think whiskey drinkers would really appreciate at the holidays. Things they'll use, things that are practical, things that they'll actually appreciate and enjoy. Go ahead and put that in the comments, guys. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another episode of Bourbon School. And from all of us here at Bourbon School, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and cheers, folks.